Hello, and thank you for joining us today as we go over Medicare open enrollment fraud and scams. My name is Allison Chakroff. I am the Community Education Coordinator at SourcePoint. I also am a registered victims advocate with the state of Ohio and have been working with various victims of crime for over 4 years now. So today, what we're going to talk about is what you can do to protect yourself from these scams and fraud, how to detect them, and then finally, if you are a victim of this fraud, where do you report? So I do want to point out that a majority of this information was gathered from the Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol, which is a part of Pro Seniors, and I've linked their website here, and it is later in this presentation as well for your convenience to view. They have a lot of really good information and articles, and their website is very easy to navigate. So moving on, starting with the first part, is how do we protect ourselves? It's really important not to give out your Medicare number. It is your private information and very important to treat it as so. And we would recommend that you treat it as a credit card or a social security number. So it's important not to give it out to a stranger or when it is unsolicited. It is important to note that Medicare will not call or visit to sell you anything. If you hear something related to that, stating that they are Medicare, asking for your information, always ask to call back and call their direct phone number. And also, as we will talk about later on in this presentation, make sure you report any of that suspicious activity as well. Going along with protecting, it is important to keep your Medicare or Medicaid card in a safe place where you know where it is, but other people's do not have easy access to it. It's important to keep track of your appointments and procedures. A lot of people will keep a journal documenting, and this is important later as we are reviewing our statements to make sure that they align with what we have actually had done or what appointments we have actually gone to. And also it would be a great idea to invest in a shredder for your home. It's important to shred any identifying documents when they are no longer useful. This goes for anything with any of your personal information, even just your full name can be used against you, unfortunately. So invest in a cheap shredder. It will definitely pay for itself as you're eliminating all of these private documents. After protect, it's important, how do we detect? And I do want to start off by stating that it is never your fault if you are the target of any healthcare fraud. The fault fully lies on the perpetrator or that person that is trying to scam you. You will want to review Medicare summary notice and any explanation of benefits at www.mymedicare.gov. As I was saying, you can use this to compare and contrast with that journal of what you are documenting of the appointments and procedures that you have actually done, and also prescriptions as well. So what it's important to look for is charges for something that you didn't get, billing for the same thing twice, or services that were not ordered by your doctor. And when in doubt, check it out. If something doesn't look right, contact someone at Medicare and they can help you navigate that process. And finally, report. And this is so crucial, not only for yourself, but also to help prevent all of these different scams and frauds that are going around. And these will never end, and people adapt and they change their scheme for how they're going to get this information. So it's important to always report this so we can stay as up to date as possible. So here is a brief list of where can you report? So one place is OSHIP, which is the Ohio Department of Insurance, the Ohio Attorney General's office. You can always report to law enforcement and they can point you in the right direction. And you can contact either the police department or the sheriff's department, and they will be able to point you in which direction makes sense for you. A state long-term care ombudsman, a Federal Trade Commission or FTC, and finally, Levanta Medicare Quality Improvement. And here on this page, we have all of these resources and their contact information. I've provided their phone numbers along with websites. It just depends on your personal preference on how you'd like to make the report. A lot of these websites make it very easy to report online, but sometimes it might be easier just to give a phone call to report that as well. So you will have access to these slides. Feel free to view this whenever you need, or if you need to look at it in the future, or feel free to write these down just to have them on hand in case you ever do need to make this report. If you do believe that your identity is stolen and it's already happened, here's a link to www.identitytheft.gov. Take a look at that. You also can go ahead and, as I stated, contact the Ohio Attorney General's office and speak with a representative there that will be able to help point you in the direction as well. Another resource for you, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of this information, which is very valuable, was attained from Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol. So the Senior Medicare Patrols, their mission is to empower and assist Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report healthcare fraud, errors, and abuse through outreach, counseling, and education. And here is their contact information. There's the phone number, and then also their website is very easy to navigate. They do also have an app for smartphones, which I have downloaded and screenshot what that looks like for you here. Very easy to navigate. If you want to go ahead and report fraud, as you can see, that's right there in the middle. They also have resources available, as I was discussing, their articles, events throughout the year, their contact information, any news and alerts that they think it might be important for you to know. And they also are always looking for volunteers. So there is our quick presentation on Medicare fraud and scams. As a big reminder, it is never the fault of someone that is being taken advantage of. These scammers and fraudulent people, this is their job. They are intelligent and they know how to get this contact information. But what's important to note is that there is help available and that you are not at fault, and always report so we can help put a stop to all of this madness going on. So if you have any questions and or concerns with this, we are always available at SourcePoint, and here you'll see our website here and also our main phone number. We do have specific insurance specialists that are very knowledgeable and able to answer specific questions that you might have regarding Medicare and any fraud or scams that might go along with that. And then also the Ohio Senior Medicare Patrol or Medical Patrol. So you'll see their website there and their phone number as well. So thank you for joining in on this presentation, and we will see you next time.